good, y'all? What's really good? It's a different type of rule that we obey. Yay, yay, yay. Caesar, nigga, we obey. We was all born to die, nigga, that DOA. Niggas say they hero. I don't see no cape. I don't see no I don't see no If I wasn't shining so hard, would there be no shade? But we ass, nigga, it's gonna be okay. Young nigga shit, nigga, we don't age. Even when I went broke, I ain't brag. How you gonna hate, nigga? We go way back to when I had the braids and you had the wig cap. Hey, suck. Don't get sucked in your mouth, you know, homie, don't play that. They wanna see me go, hey. Ah, 21 seconds left. You know what? Let's just skip the 21 seconds and get right in my desk. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. There's not too many of you here, but you know, that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't have to be too many people here. Because people will flood into the chat room eventually, when they feel like it. I know it's 9 o'clock. Well, it's almost 9. Actually, you know what? I should have waited till 9. I should have waited until 9 o'clock to actually start the show. But hey, it is what it is. I didn't even advertise. I just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm coming out. Gonna start a show. And gonna talk about Jussie Smollett again. Because there are new developments in this case. Some that, again, add more questions than answers. I mean, I've been talking about this since the news dropped on the 29th. And early that morning is when I started tweeting, because nothing about this story makes any sense to me whatsoever. At all. It's just one of those stories that just isn't cutting the mustard in no way, shape, or form. Give me a moment. Let me find a link. I was just looking at. Where'd it go? Where'd that link go? Ah, there it is. I was looking for something in particular. But let's do a recap. I think, you know. Hey Z, I was gonna wait until more people showed up. I mean, let's be honest, I'm just not that popular. I'm not. But even though I'm not that popular, we're still gonna talk about the subject at hand and try to unpack the new developments in the case. So before we do that, I kind of want to backtrack a little bit in the timeline of events. So originally, the initial story, in order. We're just gonna go down the list of everything that's happened so far. Jussie Smollett initially said, and the initial is he reported getting, well, it actually happens before. So the first incident happened, I believe, 10 days before now, where he reported getting a threatening letter last week. And that was the letter that had been sent to TMZ that shows it's just really, really, really poorly serial killer style. In fact, let me bring it up for you guys, because it's worth looking at, you know, just so we have it amongst us. Come on, oh, come on, load it, bring it up, bring it up. Sorry, guys. It's not coming up. Okay, you know what? So this is the letter. Man, I'm all out of All out of whack here. Why am I out of whack? Weird. Okay, no, it's not. Okay, that's slightly better. But I'm out of whack. I'm like disheveled. Okay, can I? Nope, that's not working. Nope, 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 nope. No, those things are working. No, how's that? Nope. I cannot select myself. That is. Oh, that's why. Because it's locked. Okay, okay. Oh, is that an element there? Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There I am. All right, unhinged. No, but we see this. We see this letter here. And on it, it is addressed on January 17th, 2019. I'm gonna make the assumption that whoever wrote this wrote like this on a sheet of paper, because you can see the handwriting. They're clearly trying not to have a handwriting analysis, so they had to write upward. Notice the straight lines. You know, that's the only way you could have done that. But it was addressed to Jussie Smollett of Empire, and you see here, uh, you will die, black fag, and then I guess that's another two characters and him with a gold chain around his neck, uh, and a gun pointing at him, and that's the most crude looking gun, just utterly crude. How'd I get your thesis paper? I know, I know. You know, I got connections out there. So as we were saying, 1 week ago, he reported getting a threatening letter last week, and I would dare to say that obviously that did not get him the reaction that he wanted. Uh, let's see, there was a third incident. Let's see, white powder. This is the first me hearing of this. Letter containing white powder sent to Empire set days before Jussie Smollett attack. According to CNN, a letter containing white.
Chicago police are releasing these new images of people they want to question regarding the alleged homophobic and racist attack against Empire actor and singer Jussie Smollett. Authorities are asking for the public's help in identifying the two individuals who police are calling potential persons of interest. Police making these pictures public after combing through hundreds of hours of surveillance video and expanding their initial search area for video.
Hundreds of hours of surveillance video, and still, and we're talking about just a few blocks, and by few I mean a few. We're talking about a 3 block span of distance from the time that Jussie alleges that he left the home and went to the subway to when he came back. And in that amount of time, they say police have gone over hundreds of hours of footage, and the only thing they have is a few images of two dark, shadowy figures. And never do we see these two men and Jussie in the same place at the same time. But we shall continue. On the evening of the incident, allegedly he left the home at 2 a.m. Man we do know did that was just a daily delivery from Josie and Jersey Soap Powder. So he leaves and alleges that he was attacked at 2 a.m. And let me throw something else out there. And I might need to bring up his Twitter or his Instagram, one or the other. Because Jussie said that he had gotten off a late flight. In fact, let's see if I can bring that up, because Jussie Smollett Instagram. Oh yeah, let's just go directly to his Instagram, because he even posted how cold it was. Nope, not there. Where is it? Does someone bring this up? Silence, no. Okay, well, I don't have it in front of me right now. So he gets off, he posts either on Instagram or Twitter, one or the other, and complained how cold it was outside and that he was tired and he was going straight to bed. And allegedly that was around midnight. So from the time of him getting in his home, something made him want to get up again. And I can't stress this enough because I think this is one of the most important elements of the story. It was negative 23 degrees Fahrenheit. Negative 23 degrees Fahrenheit on the evening in question. So I'm just on a realistic level, on a very realistic level, let's assume that let's say I'm flying from San Francisco to New York, all right? And I've been on the plane for some 10 plus hours. My flight's been delayed. I'm hella tired. I'm getting in late because of delays and snowstorms and shit. And I'm like, you know what? F this noise. I'm going to bed. That is the only thing I'm thinking of. Going to bed. I'm getting in the house. I'm going to go sleep. I can't think of a scenario to which, and we're talking about a man who's well off, all right? He's got some money in the bank, SAG member, getting residual checks out there. He's been in a couple movies. He's got money. I assume he has food in the house. All right? So why would you go outside in Chicago in the middle of the Arctic, what they call it, the vortex, the frozen vortex, what they call the vortex? They call the vortex. The stupid vortex thing going on. What do they call it? What's the name of the, come on, somebody help me. What's the name of the vortex? They're calling it something. Polar vortex. The polar vortex. He gets home at midnight and then at 2 a.m. decides, you know what? I'm hungry. And the only thing that is going to satisfy my hunger is a Subway sandwich in negative 23 degree Fahrenheit temperatures. Now, if you guys know, water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. All right? So we're well past the threshold of frozen water. Okay? It's ice on the ground, snow on the ground. If I was to go walk, you walk 2 blocks. If I was to walk to my local Subway to get food at 2 fucking a.m. in the morning in negative 23-degree weather, that sandwich would freeze up. It would be ice cold by the time you walk back to your apartment. Polar vortex is what they're calling it, Arsenal. The sandwich would be cold. All right, y'all? It'd be freezing. It would not be worth eating at that point. That's the element I'm trying to get to. There's no point in eating at that thing. All right? It's freezing cold. And yet, he goes outside. They have surveillance footage of him at the Target, which is 1 block away. They have surveillance footage of him at the Subway, allegedly getting food. They don't say specifically, but they say they have video of him at the Subway. And then he comes back. And here's where things get a little weird. But let's go back through the timeline. Allegedly, he gets attacked around 2 a.m., 2:10, 2. They say it was at 2 a.m. He never called the police. His manager did. So, called the police for him. He allegedly went to a friend's house, and that person called the authorities. The authorities come. He asked them to turn off their body cameras before he would speak to them. Now, no, let's back up a bit. During the assault, he alleges that 2 men, the initial reports, that 2 men in MAGA hats and ski masks recognized him and said, "Aren't you that Empire faggot, F you, nigger, and proceeded to lay a biblical ass beat down on this dude with the fist and the punching and the stomping and everything. Well, okay, not really, that didn't happen, but allegedly, as he says, they beat the bricks off him, as all the media is reporting. Brutal attack. This brutal attack on Jussie Smollett. How dare they? How dare they attack this fine, upstanding actor who is a pillar of the community? How dare they? How dare they bring their hate speech and their homophobic rhetoric in the name of Donald Trump? How dare they? You see me on the street, Eric? Miss seeing me in these streets? Oh yeah, they miss seeing me in these streets. They miss seeing me out in these streets. So as they say, this brutal attack. See if I can bring up an image of it. Give me a second. Brutal attack. Come on, where's that? Come on, y'all. This shouldn't be hard to find. Alright, well, let's go back to the NBC piece.
Tonight, Jussie Smollett, a star on the hit television show Empire, is recovering from multiple injuries after police say he was
Look at this dark ass alley, y'all.
brutally beaten on this Chicago.
Brutally beaten. Two men in MAGA hats and ski masks threw their hands on him.
Street.
So I would expect that if two grown men, all right, two grown men, 6 feet plus, 200 plus pounds, I know if two grown men came after me, and I'm a fighter, all right, I've been fighting for 8 years. I got trophies and stuff and medals on my wall from my fight days. I got weapons all around the house. I can throw their hands, all right? And I have fought two dudes off me before. I assume at some point, I'm getting there. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, that happened after he said after they beat his ass, they walked away and said, "This is MAGA country." In Southside Chicago, one of the blackest cities in America. I think Hillary won that county by like 80%. It's always been Democratic.
In a possible hate crime. At 2 a.m., investigators say two men approached Smollett, who may have recognized the actor, yelling racial and homophobic slurs. After the assault, police say the attackers threw an unknown chemical on his face and tied a noose around his neck.
That unknown chemical, Jussie Smollett alleges, as he told in the police report, they say that he says, or the manager, one or the other, I'm not quite sure, they say that they threw bleach on him. Bleach. Bleach, 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 bleach. Does anybody know the freezing temperature of bleach? Anybody? I tell you right now. Let me go bring it up. Just so we all know. So we all on the same page. What is the freezing point of bleach? The freezing point at which liquid is changed to solid from water is 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, keep in mind, we are at negative 23 degrees Fahrenheit on this evening in question. All right? So if you had a thing of water, even in the bottle, it would be frozen solid. Oh, I worked in nightclubs for years. I used to work security in clubs. Yeah. Anyways, so here we go. Is the melting point the same as the freezing point? Yes, the melting point is the same as freezing point because the beginning or the end of either process. Yeah. Specifically, it goes on here. Specifically for bleach. We have cobalt. Some other thing. Bad points bleach. Here we go. Bleach starts to freeze at about 19 degrees Fahrenheit. So the freezing point of water is 32. You go a little bit further down the line, about 20 degrees, or 12, or 13, 14, actually, 14 degrees. That is the freezing point of bleach. We are an additional 40 degrees colder than the freezing point of bleach. Stay warm out here. That's the beer outside took 20 minutes to freeze. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, Wicked Tracer says, I would be interested in seeing a pic of his knees. I find it hard to believe you could fight two dudes in the dead of winter cold night and not fall to your knees at least once. Well, we're gonna get there. We are absolutely gonna get there. Because I'm breaking down the timeline here, okay? But we will get to that point. Where'd it go? Oh man, I hate losing links. Okay, here we go. We're back. So they put the beat down on him. As they're walking away, Jussie says that they said that this is MAGA country. And initially they say they wrapped a noose around his neck. And all of these things, when you hear the story, it sounds like a very racially charged event. You have two men in MAGA hats stalking a well-known B-list actor on a hit-rated show on Fox. MAGA hats. They pour bleach on him to demean him. They put the beat on him. And they use a noose. And they call him the N-word and the F-word and all those things. And they flee off into the distance. In the well-off-to-do area of Chicago, Illinois. Now, there are hundreds. Okay, maybe not hundreds. I would assume anywhere between 30 to 50 cameras in any random location in downtown Chicago that he would have had to cross, and these men would have had to cross. So, Jussie then goes to his friend's house, and 45 minutes later, they call the cops. The cops arrive, and they prepare to take a statement. Jussie tells the police officers, turn off your body cams before I'm willing to talk to you. Possibly because it's not illegal to go on the internet and tell a false story. It is, however, illegal to give a false police report. Yeah, friend. Now, we are 45 minutes later. They say the police roughly. They say the police arrived at 2:42, and they say that he was still wearing the noose around his neck. Now, and I'm a realist, okay? I'm a reality, all right? Somebody put the beat down on me, and they leave, and I'm any kind of uncomfortable. If there's dirt on me, sludge on me, anything, I'm taking it off. I couldn't imagine any scenario to which someone tried to choke me with a noose, and I would calmly walk back to my destination or go to my friend's house and leave it on me for nearly an hour. 45 minutes. That's almost 4 hours. 3/4 an hour. I couldn't imagine a scenario in which I would leave a noose around my neck. Not gonna happen. That thing's coming off me. All right? And if I'm gonna call, but again, Jussie didn't call the cops. He didn't. In fact, it seems like he was telling his friend, partner, manager, whoever it is, to not call them. Now, that's his business, okay? He's a celebrity. Probably he doesn't want the attention. He doesn't want to get out there. He doesn't want it to, disrupt his work, or all the positivity that he's doing. I can understand that. Arsenal says human nature dictates that after a trauma, anything like said, the rope would immediately be removed. Yes. After the event, because during the event, you'd be trying to get it off you anyway. Yes. If someone put the bricks on me and I'm uncomfortable, I'm like, oh, shit, get off me. Especially if they're trying to choke me. I'm not leaving this thing around my neck. Not going to happen. It's like the fucking personal space show. Like, I don't even like the shirt on me. Ah! Uncomfortable. So the police come. They take a report. They turn off the body cams per his request. And they asked him, do you want medical attention? And he denies it. Says no. He refused an ambulance. And that's when he took himself to the hospital. Now, the other day, for those of you guys who were here in the room, I believe it was CBS News, said that he walked. He walked himself to the hospital. So again, he goes back outside and walks to the hospital. In negative 23-degree polar vortex cold of Chicago, Illinois. 7 blocks. 7 blocks is the distance from where he was to the hospital. And CBS News said that he walked himself. In fact, let's bring it up. I think I remember the link from the other day. Where's it at? When did I watch? There's one from CBS. This is probably it.
Who shouted racist
spoken with officers investigating a possible hate crime against actor Jussie Smollett.
This one's 2 minutes. So let's just go through it again.
Smollett is best known for the TV drama Empire. He claims he was attacked on a Chicago street by 2 men who wrapped a rope around his neck. Dean Reynolds has spoken with officers searching for evidence to back up Smollett's allegations. Dean, good morning.
Good morning. Smollett plays Jamal.
Oh shit, I'm not showing it. I'm sorry.
Empire, which is filmed here at a studio in Chicago. The FBI has also joined this inquiry now, but so far investigators have been unable to release a description of the alleged assailants.
That's the other thing that bugs me is he was able to tell them that they had MAGA hats on and ski masks, but was unable to give them any description of what they look like. At the time, he gave them no description other than they're there. Why would the FBI be involved? Good point. Good question.
Slurs and put a noose around his neck. That's gay slurs and put a noose around his neck. A police dispatcher had the barest of details on the early morning attack.
The police dispatcher had the barest of details.
Which was reported by Smollett's business manager.
Again, he didn't report it. The business manager did. Let's do this one more time.
Smollett's business manager.
Regarding a friend who was assaulted and battered. He's supposed to be well known. A noose was placed over the friend's neck.
When police got to his apartment, they said a noose was still around Smollett's neck.
Almost an hour later, still wearing a noose.
He told them he was also doused with an unknown chemical, and officers said they smelled bleach on his clothes. In a now deleted Instagram.
Two men committed this brutal attack. Beat him so bad. No black eyes, no busted lip. He's got a scratch on his right cheek. My cat, God rest his soul, my cat has done worse to me than this. He's not messed up. I would think that 2 grown men who are stalking you, who recognize you, who call you by name, call you the N-word, call you the F-word, douse you with bleach, put a noose around your neck. I mean, that sounds like a beating. That sounds like a beatdown, y'all. Right? Right? That's a beat down. Yo, they brought the bricks on him. Got a scratch. That looks like somebody who fell. To me. To me, that's what it looked like. It looked like somebody fell. No black eyes. Believe me. If I'm with. Yo. I don't do this in my life, but assuming someday that I did want to put the beat down on somebody, I'm getting that face. I'm getting that face. All kind. Bop, 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 bop. All that. Clack, 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 clack. Blue, blue. All that. Breaking ribs, everything.
Instagram post by Empire co-creator Lee Daniels, Smollett appeared to have an abrasion on his cheek.
Abrasion. They don't even call it a cut. They call it an abrasion.
You didn't deserve, nor anybody deserves, to have a noose put around your neck, to have bleach thrown on you.
Police say in a subsequent meeting, Smollett added that his assailants referenced President Trump's campaign slogan.
Now, this is important because this is the subsequent meeting. So at the original contact that he has with the police, he makes no mentioning of the MAGA hat, makes no mentioning that they were white or anything like that. In fact, according to the police, he wasn't very cooperative. They asked him for his cell phone because he said it was on the phone. He didn't want to give up his cell phone records. It wasn't until that 9 in the morning that TMZ reported sources close to Jussie Smollett said that they were 2 white men, MAGA hats, and hoods. 14 hours later, the police returned and asked him about these details. And it was only then, 14 hours after the initial contact that they had with Jussie Smollett, does Jussie Smollett make any mentioning of MAGA hats and ski masks. After it had gone viral by TMZ. Just saying.
Make America Great Again during the attack. 12 detectives and a number of FBI agents are now investigating what has been classified as a possible hate crime.
12 detectives and FBI agents. Don't know how many FBI agents, 2, maybe 4. This many people are scouring over hundreds of hours of footage to corroborate a story from an alleged victim of something. And they're coming up empty.
But sources say they have seen security video of Smollett outdoors early Tuesday morning and nothing of an assault. Detectives have expanded the search area for video of the alleged assailants, but have not found any footage or witnesses. Smollett's Empire co-star Vivica A. Fox tweeted, "I'm so angry and hurt about this. California an attempted modern-day lynching." And Fox Entertainment said they were deeply saddened and
I'm looking for one particular video, the one where they specifically say that that he walked to the hospital. How late is this? Damn it, I watched way too much stuff yesterday. There we go. I think this is it.
Regarding a friend who was assaulted and battered when he walked out of his apartment. He's supposed to be well-known, requesting a report, and said a noose was placed over the friend's neck. EMS has refused and said the apartment's next to the Lowe's Hotel. But once again, just be advised, that address in the system is at Lower Water, but it's at apartment floor.
Darn it, where is it at? Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But the point I'm getting at is it says that he walked himself to the hospital. Which is another 7 blocks away. In negative 23-degree temperatures. Okay? That's really what I'm trying to get to. Despite reviewing many hours of surveillance footage in a highly videotaped safe area, the only footage of him at the subway has been found. There's been an update since that portion. He only added the MAGA details in subsequent interviews. It was freezing in Chicago that night who would be out looking to fight ideological enemies. And why would his attackers, who are supposed to be some alt-right Arctic SEAL Team 6 MAGA military thugs, why would they even know who he is? Yo, I don't know about y'all. I don't think the alt-right is watching Empire. I just don't. I don't think they up, you know, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, watching one of the hottest rated shows on television right now, with all black cast. I just don't think the alt-right is into that type of entertainment. That's all I'm trying to say. But allegedly, these people were waiting just for the off chance that Jussie Smollett would go outside at 2 a.m. to get a sandwich and would recognize him in the darkness. They would recognize him in the darkness and attack him because he's black and gay and on the hit show Empire, Tuesday evenings on Fox, and would douse him with bleach and wrap a noose around his neck and not leave a single black eye. Also, when does the alt-right just roam Chicago streets at 2 in the morning? No. And why? Who is out there rocking these streets with a jug of bleach that is frozen solid and a noose? Just out there, mobbing, walking around. Yeah, I'm not buying it. That's what I'm really trying to get to yet. Oh, snap! Thank you so much for the donation, Nathaniel. Nathaniel McGullen. More cheddar from Portland. Decent night Lyft driving for me. You get to spare the spoils. Go Bay Spider-Man. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. I got $5. I got $5. Appreciate it, man. His manager is now claiming that he was on the phone with him and heard them yell MAGA. Smollett has refused to allow police to verify the call happened by refusing to let them look at his phone. This is incredibly suspicious, since he was there when the police took the initial report. And neither one of them mentioned, because he went to the friend's house, and that's where they met him. Neither of them mentioned anything about MAGA, ski masks, hats, all of that. Never. Smollett only added this detail after the story went viral on TMZ. If this is a hoax, it would seem that it started with a death threat letter. Oh, well, funny you would mention that. Funny you would mention the death letter. Let's bring up some information from the grapevine. Jussie Smollett reportedly refused extra security after receiving racist and homophobic letter threat. So the studio had a feeling that something might happen. He turned down additional security. Again, it's nothing definitive. Hey, he might be a private person. Might not want to have his business out there. Might not want some stranger following him around. Or he might just think, you know what? I don't need no security. But Fox and the studio felt it necessary enough to add additional security to him. And he said, no, I don't need additional security. After someone sent that crudely drawn letter with the crushed up aspirin inside of it. So there's new details. We haven't even gotten to the new details yet. We've gone through some things, but there are some new details that need to be reported. And so let's get into them. So we've talked about the timeline. And Mr. Smollett's reluctance to assist in the investigation. It's been reported that the FBI and the police have gone over hundreds of hours of footage. And it was only last night where some new details came out, where they released a bit of a, I would say let's just go to TMZ. Because I think TMZ has the best reporting of this story. Where is it? Persons of interest revealed. So I released these images of these two shadowy figures. I posted on my Twitter something very unique about these shadowy figures. Because when I looked at it, I'm thinking that, oh my God, they finally found them. That's what I'm thinking out there, right? If you guys can see this, that is a large man on the left. And you'll notice that from what I can see, even though the image is extremely grainy, looks like he's wearing some Timberlands. Okay? And his right pant leg is hocked up. Now, if any of y'all know about the ghetto leg, which is a real thing, in fact, you know what? Let's search ghetto leg. Urban Dictionary. Let's go to ghetto leg. All right? When a person rolls up the leg of their pants solely on the right side. Urban Dictionary. Everyone upvoted this. When a person rolls up their pants solely on the right side, usually right below the knee. All right? I didn't make this up. This is here. It's been here. All right? Somebody made Adam 499 made this on May 6th of 2008. All right? Let's go back to the photo. That is the right leg where this pant is jacked up right below the knee. Niggas wear this style is what I'm trying to get to, all right? Niggas wear this style, not white folks. He's wearing a big ass oversized hoodie and some Timberlands in the cold ass snow. However, now what's really important about this is this photo was taken, I believe, 30 minutes before Jussie Smollett even left his house. And they say that in this image that they're walking away from the scene. Walking away. Oh, the ghetto leg. But we do need to get into today's story. Oh, and by the way, let's also encompass things. This is from USA Today. The story article came out today. Stay inside. Death toll up to 8 people as Arctic cold blasts the Midwest. This is a report out of Chicago. A historic and deadly cold snap fueled by the polar vortex gripped a wide swath of the nation Wednesday, with temperatures plunging far below zero and wind chill numbers as extraordinary as they are dangerous. Chicago's temperatures tumbled into 21 below Wednesday morning, a record for the date, and closing in on the city's all-time record of minus 27 set in 1985. That record could fall Thursday. Wind chills dipped to an even more startling 51 degrees below zero in Chicago. All right? There's a reason why I'm bringing this up. In Chicago, at night, it was as cold as 51 degrees below zero. 51. 5-1. 5-1. 5-1. All right? Yeah, I don't know where y'all live. I don't. All right? I'm from the Midwest. All right? I grew up in Oklahoma and Mississippi. All right? Now I live in California. Yo, when the temperature dropped below 74, I'm fucked up. Okay? I've gotten so used to this warm weather that if it dips anything below 74, I'm like, hell no, this some bullshit. I can't even fathom what 51 degrees below zero. I would assume my nose would just fall off, just plop on the ground, plop, plop. My nose would just drop off. All right. They're saying 8 people died. 8. 6, 7, 8. That's sign language, by the way. 8 people died in Chicago over the last couple days because it's so cold. All right? It's fucking up your breathing and shit. So they want me to believe that after Jussie Smollett had been on a plane for umpteen hours and he was tired and fatigued, got home around midnight and decided to leave the house at 2 a.m. to go get a Subway sandwich in blizzard-like freezing conditions. You can understand my skepticism. I'm a little skeptical that actually happened. But hey, what do I know? But here's the story that we really want to focus on today. Allow me to move my chat room over here to a safe place. Jussie Smollett's neighbor claims she saw a redneck with a rope near their apartment building shortly before reported attack. This came out today, and I'm like, whoa! Oh, that's some new information. I was like, God damn! I was like, oh my god, maybe they got him. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the smoking gun. Corroborated information from a neighbor, like maybe this is it. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. So I start reading the story. The investigation underway regarding recent Jussie Smollett's attack as law enforcement officials and fans alike strive for answers. One major update came late Wednesday afternoon when Chicago police confirmed surveillance footage showing 2 potential persons of interest, which as I just showed you earlier. Now the saga continues as a woman who lives in the same complex as 35-year-old actor-singer is claiming to have seen a suspicious white man loitering nearby shortly before the reported attack while she was taking her dogs outside. I understand you got to take your dogs out to walk from time to time, but I'm probably not too game to take my dogs outside after midnight in negative 23-degree weather in Chicago where people are dying. That's all I'm saying. The unidentified woman spoke with TMZ, again with the TMZ, informing them that she saw a man she described as a redneck outside the building she shares with Smollett around 12:30 a.m. So we're a near 2 hours before the attack. Again, in negative 23-degree blizzard ass freezing polar vortex cold in Chicago, Illinois. That this man is just outside hanging out. Outside the business center at 12:30 a.m. Tuesday, pacing back and forth between the parking garage entrance, smoking a cigarette with an agitated demeanor. He was also apparently staring at another man approximately 300 feet away, standing near an entrance. Suspicious indeed. as the woman continues to say, he looked out of place, she said, noting that she returned to the building after being creeped out by the man. She described the man. Okay, then here we get into the description. All right, now keep in mind, she just now today contacted TMZ to tell them that she saw this man. All right, on the evening that Jussie Smollett was attacked. And let's see how we're 3 days away. 3 days away now. Let's see how good this woman's memory is. Since she describes him as a redneck, all right? I don't know what a redneck looks like. I'm just, I'm trying to think, like, how would I describe a redneck? Like, what would you have to wear? Because she doesn't say MAGA hat, okay? And that was the original report. It's like MAGA hat. I'm thinking like a red flannel, something like that. What's that guy who did that? Was he wearing like a Jeff Foxworthy t-shirt saying you might be a redneck? Because that's what I would think. Good way to get your dog stuck to a fire hydrant. Yeah. So let's see how good this woman's memory is. She described the man as white with facial scruff, bearing a blue winter beanie, a blue zip-up hoodie sweatshirt, 2 short blue jeans that exposed his thick gray hunting socks, and a camel-colored dress shoes. Camel-colored dress. That's that's like a stenographer. This woman is a stenographer. She gotta be a stenographer. That 3 days later, she remembers this man from head to toe in great detail. Every bit of clothing that he has on. Again, she describes the man as white with facial scruff, wearing a blue winter beanie, a blue zip-up hoodie sweatshirt, 2 short blue jeans that exposed his thick gray hunting shirt. Now I'm not saying, I'm trying to wonder when she says 2 short blue jeans. Is she saying that the man was wearing jeans that were high waters, exposing his legs, like around the calves? Or is she saying that he was wearing shorts? Because I don't think you're wearing shorts outside in negative 23-degree weather in fucking blizzard ass cold polar vortex Chicago, Illinois. Camel, not camo. Camel, not camo. Camel colored dress shoes. Dress shoes. That's very specific. That's very specific. Like, unless she took a photo at the time. Who's wearing dress shoes out in the winter? And he had thick gray this woman had to like stare at this dude for a long time. This is too much. Too much. A blue winter beanie, a blue zip-up hoodie sweatshirt, 2 short blue jeans that exposed his thick gray hunting socks. What are hunting socks? I don't know what hunting socks are. Camel-colored dress shoes. Yeah, I don't know what hunting socks are. That's a very specific description. The most notable thing she claims to have spotted is a blue and white rope or clothesline hanging from the man's sweatshirt. You mean the drawstring on a hoodie? But again, her details are impeccable. The most notable thing she claims to have spotted is a blue and white rope or clothesline hanging from the man's sweatshirt. That's a drawstring that you use to zip to close your hoodie. I mean, but she remembered that it was blue and white. That's very specific. Very specific. After hearing of Smollett's attack, the woman informed the building's concierge, who then directed her to contact detectives. As more details come, hopefully we're getting closer to finding some concrete answers. But again, this was at around midnight. Do you want me to believe that this man stayed outside for 2 hours? A minimum of 2 hours. Because I don't know if he was there, so a minimum of at least 2 hours waiting for the off chance, utterly happenstance, rare possibility that Jussie Smollett, specifically this man individual, who is tired, just off of a plane, and for whatever reason at 2 in the morning decided to go out and get a Subway sandwich, you want me to believe that somebody or two people waited outside in the blizzard ass cold for 2 hours to attack this B-list celebrity. And the attack only left a abrasion, as the hospital says, an abrasion on his face. No black eyes, no broken legs, no fractured skull, no blood, no bloody nose, none of that. They waited 2 hours to wrap a noose around his neck and douse him in bleach? No. So you're probably wondering, Ryoga, you sound so skeptical. Why do you sound skeptical, Ryoga? Why can't you just believe that there are hateful people out there that are willing to attack people of color, that are willing to attack homosexuals in the LGBT community? Why would he lie? Why would this upstanding, successful, popular, handsome ass brother, he's handsome. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, that brother kind of handsome. I'm not into him. I'm saying the brother handsome. Why would he lie? Why? Truth is, people lie. People do lie about very, very, very serious topics. Do you guys not remember just not too long ago? Second suspect charged in capital murder in the Jasmine Burns homicide investigation. Y'all remember this, don't you? Harris County Sheriff's Office homicide investigators have filed capital murder charges against Larry D. Woodruff, 24, for the December 30th shooting of 7-year-old Jasmine Barnes. Jasmine's mother was driving Jasmine and her 3 sisters southbound on East Sam Houston Parkway. Well, the point of this story, if you guys aren't familiar, that when this young little girl got shot, the mother told investigators that it was 2 white men that did a drive-by, and as she saw their faces, well, it turns out it was 2 black dudes. She lied. Lied. But that's not it. Let's look at this one. Des Moines Register. Drake University student charged in racist note investigation. An 18-year-old Drake University student has been charged with making false reports to law enforcement in connection with racist notes found on campus last month. Kissy Ram received a misdemeanor summons Monday, but was not booked into jail, police said, found guilty. Charge related to report filed for racist note found on campus. This is the person who said that white people were putting, F niggers and all that stuff out there. Lied! Hoax! For sympathy. Hoax. Louisiana student fabricated story of hijab attack. A student at the University of Louisiana Lafayette fabricated a story that she was attacked and had her hijab ripped off, police said Thursday. The attack was one of several reported in the wake of Donald Trump's election victory. Oh, let's connect Donald Trump to this story in some way. The press release Thursday afternoon, the Lafayette Police Department said that during the course of their investigation into the woman's complaint, she admitted that she fabricated the story about her physical attack, as well as the removal of her job and wallet by 2 white males. The incident is no longer under investigation by the department, a statement said. So if you'd wonder why, I can bring up a lot of these. A lot of these. If you want. I mean, we can go there. I'm not sure if you guys really want to, but yeah. There's a lot of there's a lot of hoax out there. And very prominent people.
We're gonna get serious right now because this
make up fake stuff. I don't know, I hope this isn't fake. I hope. Like, I really don't want to believe that, you know, that a man of this caliber would come up with a fake story like this. Because, you know, it doesn't sit well. You know? It doesn't really sit well. Here's another one. Jewish man sentenced to 10 years in jail for making anti-Semitic bomb threats. An Israeli American has been jailed for 10 years for making bomb threats against Jewish institutions. A Jew! A Jew making bomb threats on synagogues. The judge in this case acknowledged the cutters. They're saying, oh, he's autistic. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. All right, you knew what you was doing. You know right from wrong. Don't give me that shit. Oh, he's autistic. He didn't know what he's doing. Bullshit. Here's another one. Nooses found near Mississippi's state capitol turned out to be a Democratic protest. A group of nooses discovered hanging from off trees near the Mississippi state capitol were not a warning from white supremacist group, but rather a protest by leftists against Mississippi Republican Senate candidate Cindy Hyde Smith. I guess there's plenty of self-hating Jews out there. Here's a common one that I run into quite often, actually. Hate crime. Black male arrested for swastika graffiti in New Hampshire. Wait, did I lose it? Damn it. Crashed on me. Oh well, doesn't matter. So you guys see what I'm getting at. Like this story just, you know, we're 3 days into this, and this story still does not cut the mustard for me. And like I said, like I would like it to be true because I don't want to believe, you know, I don't want to take away from any of Jussie's accomplishments. I just do not want to believe that a man of his caliber would make up a story like this. And if you're unaware, you know, one other element to this story is they have him on video. They've tracked what they say most of his movements, except for a short bit. So here's the TMZ report where Jussie Smollett rope around neck and surveillance video. But let's go through the. Let's see if I can find specifically, you know, where they're talking about. This is where you talk about 100 feet away. 2 persons of interest. I'm looking for specifically for. Okay, well, it's not here, but according to the police, they said that there is a portion of footage where they see him, and then he goes out of frame for 60 seconds. He's in frame on one surveillance camera, and then he goes out of frame for 60 seconds, and then he walks back into frame with the noose, with the rope tied around his neck like a tie. Draped, not tied. They said it was draped around his neck like a tie. And he walks normally back into the apartment complex. Ryoga, have you ever been... You have been in protests where they flat out lie about you? Of course. Oh, yeah. Call me Coon, Uncle Tom, all that stuff. Yeah, I've been there. I've been in all that. So, call it what you want, but this story is not cutting it. It's not making sense. I'm not buying it. I think, the end of this story is we might see we might have Jussie release a statement, because they say he's performing this Saturday in LA. So it's gonna bring it up then, but we might see him, cop to something on Super Bowl day, I think. He'll probably come clean on if it's not true, he might come clean on Sunday, so that the news gets drowned out by the Super Bowl champion, and then we'll forget about it. And they'll probably say that, well, even though this didn't happen to him, it still happens to people all around America, and that he was probably stressed out for being attacked online by racists, and then his publishers will come out and say that that he's going to rehab for stress or something. Here's the NBC News article.
Two people of interest, Chicago police say, caught on camera. And tonight they want to question them about an alleged attack on Empire star Jussie Smollett early Tuesday. Officials say the actor's manager, Brandon Moore, told them he was on the phone with Smollett during the attack, though police say Smollett declined to let authorities examine his phone. Today, his family issued a statement, writing, "Jussie has told the police everything from the very beginning. His story has never changed, and we are hopeful they will find these men and bring them to justice." Smollett told...
Except the part where he didn't tell the police any description of the individuals and didn't come up with the MAGA story until after TMZ reported it.
Police he went to a Subway restaurant, and police say video evidence supports that. Between 1:30 and 1:45 a.m., two people of interest were seen here. Police say 1 block away, the alleged assault happened around 2 a.m., around the corner near an entrance to Smollett's building. Here's the door. There is a security camera right there on that wall, a second camera posted on a pole across the street. Police say security cameras inside the building showed a rope around Smollett's neck when he walked in, but otherwise appeared normal, and that he did not alert security about an assault. After reviewing more than 20 cameras near this location, police say they have uncovered no evidence of an assault.
I'm stopping it early so we can just focus on that. If someone had just put the beat down on me, I would run directly to the hotel security, to the apartment, because apparently there's security there at the apartment. And they said he walked right by the security and didn't say anything. He didn't alert them. They said he was walking normal. Back this up just a little bit because I want to hear this again. I think this is important. Because I think when you look at where they're at, more questions come out.
Around the corner near an entrance to Smollett's building. Here's the door. There is a security camera right there on that wall. A second camera posted on a pole across the street. Police say security cameras inside the building showed a rope around Smollett's neck when he walked in, but otherwise appeared normal, and that he did not alert security about an assault. After reviewing more than 20 cameras near this location, police say they have uncovered no evidence of an assault. The actor is due to perform Saturday night at a club in West Hollywood. Ron Mott, NBC News, Chicago.
Hey, Shackelford. The only new bit of information that we've gathered today is the witness statement, or excuse me, not the witness statement, that a woman who contacted TMZ today said that she saw a scruffy redneck in front of the apartment complex at 12:30, almost 2 hours before this incident happened, and they had a very, very precise, detailed description of this man, that he was wearing a blue beanie, a sweatshirt, a hoodie, shorts, in negative 23-degree weather, gray socks, and camel-colored shoes, and it was scruffy, and he was smoking a cigarette. That scruffy fucker, yeah. So, and her memory is so good that 3 days later she was able to give this to the police. And how did she see this? Because at 12:30 at night, this woman decides to go outside and walk her dogs in negative 23-degree weather. So, is what it is, y'all. Is what it is. I'm hoping we get some additional information tomorrow. But I have a feeling that we're probably not going to. I just have a feeling like we're probably not going to get something new and extra. As much as I'd like. Anywho, marble red shorts in the box. Oh yes, I think that's enough for me streaming tonight. It's hour and 16 minutes. Yeah, that's enough time. Probably gonna play some Overwatch for a little bit. Yeah, that's enough for now. Hopefully we get something, dude. Man, if they find somebody related to this, yo, I mean, I'm willing to eat crow on this, but they're not. Yo, they ain't finding two white dudes. I mean, yo, y'all know what happened. This is either a drug deal gone bad, or this is a grinder date that didn't quite turn out the way they expected. It's one of those two options. Anything other than that, like I'm not buying it. Not buying it, not buying it, not buying it. But anyway, that's enough for me tonight. Thanks, guys, for popping up. I really appreciate it. We'll do this again tomorrow. And I'm gonna see this thing through. Like, I really want to see this story through in its entirety. Because I think this is one of those stories that has really divided the country. And like, even now, even now here on Twitter, there's still people that think it actually happened. Alright, sorry, god damn it. Okay, something's happening. I really gotta go, guys. Thank you guys for popping up. I will talk to you all soon. Peace out. Like, share, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. Yay!